Hello, everyone. My name is Chad Johnston. I am the CEO of CreaTV San Jose, and I want to thank you so much for joining our live screening of the 2020 SDI Summer Documentary Institute. We're so glad you're here. It's a little different. I don't know who's here, but I know you're here. I can feel it in the universe. This year, we brought together 12 San Jose Works interns, and their job was to learn all the hard and soft skills of making a documentary about an issue that they wanted to explore. And in 100 hours, over 5 weeks, and remotely run, what you're going to see tonight represents a ton of work. Under normal circumstances, this would have been really hard. Under the social distance circumstances, this was a creative challenge for all of the participants in this program. And I just want to say I'm immensely proud of the work of these young filmmakers and these change makers. So I really hope when you watch the films tonight, you really appreciate the amount of work that's gone into this. Okay, you're watching on Facebook, or you're watching on Channel 30, or you're watching on YouTube. I want you to, after this, come to the Zoom for a live Q&A with the filmmakers about their films. Normally we be at CreaTV and we get to do this in person, but now we get to do this here. So whether you're in San Jose or Poughkeepsie or Wyoming, join us, please. So I want to send a special thanks to the Davidson Family Foundation for believing in this program and funding it the first year last year. And I want to also thank the California Arts Council, Best Buy, and the Bill Graham Memorial Foundation for making the program even better this year. So that's all I got. Now I want to introduce two people that have made this program actually function on a day-to-day basis. Fernando Perez, who's our community media manager, and James Harris, our community media specialist. Take it away, guys.
Hey, thanks for the invite, Chad, or the intro, Chad. I just wanted to say how excited I am to be here this evening and being able to share this space with such talented bunch of interns. I've only been at CreaTV for the last 6 or 7 months, but CreaTV has been a part of my foundation. I'm really excited to have met all of these young people and gotten closer to them through our virtual classes and virtual hangouts. And really just, I wish I would have had a program like this growing up. It would have really given me a push, had a little more of an evident advantage with my colleagues when I went to college. Really, like the last 5 weeks have just been a ton of fun. We've been able to immerse ourselves in media production, sort of all the heavy and creative sort of the knowledge that you need to produce film and produce movies. And I just had so much fun. I can't really explain this in any other ways, but this is a unique program in San Jose that I got to be a part of this year. And I hope that it continues, and it continues to grow, and it continues to inspire young people to become media producers. So I hope to see you all on a billboard. I hope to see you all on the credits of a film in the future. And just don't forget about, your buddy Fernando. And yeah, just want to pass it along to James.
Hey, everybody. It's James. Thanks, Fernando, for the intro. So I hope everyone's comfy on their couch at home. You got your popcorn ready, right? So again, my name is James Harris. I'm part of the community media team at CreaTV as well. I hope you are all so excited about the amazing work done by all of these rock star youth. So last summer we started SDI, and looking back at both years now, I am just blown away by how powerful this media that gets created is, even despite all the tech issues like your videos not exporting 2 days before the screening. I really see how powerful youth voice really can be, and love providing opportunities like this to today's youth just for them to be able to shine. So I mentioned this is the second year we've done SDI now. So I would like to introduce two of last year's participants who came back again this year to help support. Sally, Giovanni.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sally. First of all, we would like to thank all of you guys, and we especially want to thank you, Chad, James, and Fernando, having us this year again.
Hi, my name is Giovanni, and I'm the second mentor along with Sally, and this is my second year doing SDI, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity. And what we saw during these 5 weeks is 10 very dedicated interns, and we saw everyone working hard on each piece that they're really passionate about, and they pushed through, and they really own their stories, and throughout this process, they've made massive growth. And what we are about to present to you is our SDI documentary and behind the scenes and the process of everything. Thank you.
I hope you guys enjoy our documentary behind the scenes.
My name is Craig.
Hello, my name is Emma. Hi, my name is Michelle Nguyen.
David Tanta.
My name is Shirawiles.
Hi, my name is Ricky Nguyen.
Hi, my name is Nancy Cornell.
Hi, my name is Jessica Medina.
Jalen Wong here.
Hello, my name is Leon Lee.
I am a part of the housing crisis group. The people that are in my group are Leon, Ricky, and Nathan.
We make a documentary concerning the housing crisis here in San Jose.
I'm working with two other people, David and Jay. Talk more about police brutality, and the Black Lives Matter movement.
With Jessica and Jalen are in the urban agriculture group.
It's primarily focused on the agricultural side.
People being too self-reliant on supermarkets to provide food for them.
We started SDI for a couple of reasons. One, we wanted to partner with the city of San Jose and San Jose Works. We wanted to provide high quality, really immersive arts, media, and entertainment internship. There aren't very many in San Jose available, and we realized we're the ones, we can fit that need.
Just wanted to say I am so glad we've been able to do SDI again this summer. Even back when we first went under shelter in place, I thought, is this going to be possible? I mean, even 2 days before our final screening, I was still thinking, can we do this really? I will say I am just so impressed by all of the hard work that went into this year. So proud of all of these youth.
Something that youth would come to and say, man, did I just get paid for that? I got paid to learn how to make movies?
Extremely surprised that the CreaTV staff decided to provide us with all this amazing equipment that we can use, play around with.
Something I like about SDI is that they give us the opportunity to speak about issues important to us.
We started SDI because we also wanted to look at the issues that our community is facing and give youth an opportunity to talk about those issues in a meaningful way.
Most surprising aspect of this internship is probably the issues that we are currently talking over. I never thought that such a small issue could be actually that big. I only wanted to join the internship because of fun.
Great, I love the team. They're so supportive and they're really actually nice to be around.
Will admit, I will miss the lunches. I don't know, the bonding during while having lunches. I'll miss the teamwork we're gonna have together.
I'm really lucky to be a part of the Summer Documentary Institute this year. Even though half of everything is shut down out here in the county, in our city, and sort of the region, we've committed 5 weeks to learning about documentary production. Even though we're not able to go and physically be out in the community as much as we wish we could, pivot and learn using iPads and apps and technology to document stories and edit. I'm really excited to be a part of this program.
Just thinking back, I've been doing SDI and programs like it for a few years now, and every single year I'm always impressed by youth, and I'm always fulfilled in the sense that these projects are always so powerful, and I love seeing how youth voice can create such driving change. Can't think of any kind of experience I had in high school myself, so I'm really glad this is an opportunity today's youth have.
SDI has helped me improve in a lot of different aspects, such as my talking skills, my organization skills, my planning skills, and it also counts for work experience.
Turns to come in as beginning filmmakers, as beginning change makers, And we want them to leave with a better sense of confidence and to realize that the youth voice is really important in our world and in our community. And by using their voice wisely, they can make a difference.
And I'll say it 1,000 times. We must lift up youth voices.
Yo, it's me, David, and you already know they saved the best for last. Peace.
Wow, I can't believe we finished the documentary within 5 weeks. Thank you for watching our documentary. And
now what we have next is housing. This is the housing group. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nathan Cornell. I'm a part of the housing group, and I'm the director of the documentary that you guys are about to watch here in a couple seconds.
My name is Michelle, and I'm the producer.
Hey, hello. My name is Leon. I will be your main editor.
Hi, my name is Ricky Nguyen. I'm the main cinematographer for our documentary. Our documentary is called Home Field Disadvantage. It talks about the housing crisis and how an average person can resolve this issue. We hope you enjoy our documentary.
Everybody knows we have a horrible, horrible housing crisis in this area. Things get worse and worse and worse.
We've got serious affordability issues. We've got people that are being displaced. In some cases, unfortunately, also being pushed out into the streets.
By 2019, the number of homeless people in San Jose went up by 42%. We have thousands and thousands of people that are living out in the streets right now that have no place that they can go. My name is Sandy Perry, and I am the president of the Affordable Housing Network of Santa Clara County.
My name is Chris Lepe, and I'm a land use and transportation advocacy organizer, as well as a consultant, and work on issues as it relates to equity, as well as land use and housing policy.
Our organization is the Affordable Housing Network of Santa Clara County. And what we're trying to do is to organize the people who are in need of more low-income housing to be able to organize and implement policy changes to solve their problems. It's kind of the root cause of the housing crisis, that housing in America is based on speculation and making money and trying to make the most money that you can for private investors instead of housing people.
The history goes back to the 20th century, actually. There's a whole kind of ugly history that took place in regards to redlining of communities, disinvestment in some communities and investment in others, all kind of facilitated by public and private sector partners. That included all the way up to the federal government down to local governments. Before, you had things like redlining or blockbusting. Blockbusting was another practice that would take place where real estate agents would spread fears of people of color moving into predominantly or exclusively white communities.
This thing called a jobs housing imbalance, where there's way more jobs than housing units. And San Jose thinks the way to solve that is to create a whole bunch more jobs without housing. The only thing that can really solve the housing crisis is for millions of people to get involved. And we've seen that with Black Lives Matter, with police issues. What's made change is when millions of people got involved. We encourage people to organize their neighbors and go with their neighbors to various government bodies, whether it's the city council, the housing authority, the state legislature, whoever is considering a particular issue, go to those legislative bodies and advocate for what they need.
To help make changes includes getting connected to community-based organizations and organizations working to advance policy change in housing and transportation and land use and working partnerships that I highly recommend reaching out to, because the only way that we're going to be able to address these kind of structural issues that are embedded in policies is by organizing, connecting with each other and with organizations that are doing cutting edge important work to be able to significantly, radically change those policies.
Thank you, Housing Group. Just a quick reminder, be sure to stick around and log on to Zoom after all the documentaries are finished. We would all greatly appreciate it.
Next group will be the housing group, and this group is really cool. Environment group, they're really cool. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the next documentary.
Hello, my name is Craig Consul. I'm one of the interns who work on the documentary you soon will be watching.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jalen Wong, and I'm another member, part of the Urban Agriculture Group.
And hi, I'm the last person from the group, and my name is Jessica Medina. Our documentary is called Sovereignty Sunrise, and it is about food sovereignty. Food sovereignty is having to choose what foods to eat and knowing that it is naturally grown. In the documentary, we talk about food, affordability, and accessibility. We interview Raul Lozano, the founder of Verde, a nonprofit organization, and Tobias McLeod, a past participant and now volunteer. At first, we didn't know what our main focus was going to be because the topic of the environment is very broad. But after our first interview with Raul, food sovereignty became the focus, and we knew that we needed another voice of someone who has been in the program. Thankfully, Raul was able to set us up with Tobias because his interview really helped us with the process of finalizing our main focus. Our rough cut was very different from the version you'll be watching. We had a lot of fun making it, and I want to thank everyone that's in SDI. More specifically, my group, Jalen and Craig. I also want to thank Raul and Tobias again for being a part of our documentary. And I want to thank you guys for coming to watch it. Hope you enjoy.
Markets are the most common place to obtain certain necessities, the majority of those items being foods. But what you don't know is that many of the families aren't able to afford such things due to low income. And ever since the COVID crisis happened, unemployment rates rise, adding to the families not being able to sustain themselves and their loved ones. Fortunately, there are programs able to help those families climb up from low income, one of which being Verde. Verde is a non-profit organization focused on providing low-income families the knowledge of self-gardening. They teach families the ways of gardening and certain ways food should be grown, and in doing so will save hundreds of dollars annually. Not only that, but they'll also be setting a good diet and diminishing carbon footprints, since the foods families will be growing will be in the comfort of their own homes.
Food sovereignty is that families have more control over how food is produced, how food is generated in terms of their consumption, how food is more of a right than not to keep their children healthy and themselves healthy. We teach low-income families how to gain access through healthy organic vegetables. And we do this through teaching each family how to grow healthy organic vegetable gardens in their backyards. And we've been doing it for 10 years. A lot of families were losing their homes, losing their jobs, and it was just a really bad time for families in terms of economics and people not able to earn a living to buy food, you know. And then organic vegetables are just expensive. You know, even I make a decent salary, but going to the farmer's market is just almost, not quite, almost, just the price is just crazy. Well, the difference between growing your own and what you buy in the produce, first of all, the obvious thing is fresh. Walk out your back door and you can actually pick it, walk in your front door, prepare it, and it's there. The second thing that's really important is that you know how that vegetable was grown. You're growing food in an environmentally friendly way. These big corporate stores are ordering in huge numbers. So they might be ordering 1 million pounds of tomatoes. Well, these growers are using sprays and monoculture to grow all these tomatoes, and it's just not a very healthy organic way that they're growing these things. The third thing is that you're saving money. You go to the grocery market, you don't have to pay for the prices that they pay. And another thing that's really important about that, then you're keeping the money in your pocket so it stays in the community. So we bought greenhouses, and now we customize our offerings to each of these ethnic communities so they're growing the food that they want to eat, that is important to them culturally and is important to them in their diet.
I'm one of those people that have been gardening since I was very little. So like when my wife found this program, it was kind of like a perfect match that I could also help neighbors with their garden. And then also Valley Verde supplied us with tons of supplies to get started, whether it's garden, all of those kind of things have really been helpful. If I have a tomato, I can eat a tomato. I can make my own tomato sauce. Anything that has the ingredient tomato, I can make it. So teaching them, and you know, they're, instead of going to snack and grabbing something from the pantry that's processed, we can just go to the garden, pick some kale or pick a tomato, or we have actually blackberries. So, you know, those kind of things are available to them.
What I tell people all the time is plant what you want to eat. Try to plant what I eat, plant what I want, and you have the sun, healthy soil, and water to plant a good garden. If you do all those three things, you're eating a beautiful salad.
I think just that having a garden is a way to really enrich your family and then, again, your community.
Awesome job. And just a reminder again, there will be a Q&A on Zoom at 6:30 after the documentary. All of these documentary will be on Facebook, Zoom, YouTube, and yeah.
Last but not least, we have the criminal justice group.
Hi, my name is David. I'm part of the criminal justice group. I'm partnering up with my colleagues Emma Blau and Jade Aviles. Our documentary is called No Justice, No Peace.
Our documentary focuses on bringing awareness to the police to police brutality and the Black Lives Matter movement. There are many cases of families who have been treated unfairly by law enforcement and haven't received any justice.
The making of our documentary has shown us how important this issue is for us, the younger generation, to be informed on things going on in our community.
All right, everybody, get your popcorn ready. This is our documentary. This is called No Justice, No Peace.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Over the past month, major protests and outrage were spiraling across the U.S. in wake of George Floyd. Major cities across the U.S., including San Jose, were a part of the larger demonstrations, calling out for justice for Mr. Floyd and other families who had loved ones taken away due to discrimination from the police officers. And even though the people who are here to serve and protect us aren't, there are other people trying to help call them out. We talked to the daughter of Rudy Cardenas, who was killed in 2004 by the police because of mistaken identity, Karina Cardenas.
My father was Rudy Cardenas, and he was a father of 5 kids from San Jose. If you needed anything, he was a very reliable person. He was a very generous person, so he was always, even all the kids in the neighborhood, they all knew him. After he passed, I realized that his generosity flew into the community as well with strangers. I never had any issues with law enforcement, even though my father did have run-ins with the police. He never talked badly about them. We did go to them for help. And then within the days that followed, I realized how naive I was to the whole process. The people that are out there trying to make the change are not the people out there looting. In the media, they tend to put them all into one category. It's not what's happening out there. 16 years ago, I never thought that this would even be a topic of conversation. They're not alone. I want families to know that there's other families that are there to help them. They're not alone in the fight, that they can reach out to DBUG. DBUG to me is more than an organization. It's like an extension of my family. It's been 16 years. It's way more than just an organization. I think there's a lot of compassion there, and they really do try to help families out. That people are listening with the younger generation coming out the way that they have. It makes me feel very hopeful that people are listening and people want change, and there can be change.
We also interviewed Liz Gonzalez, who is one of the co-founders of an advocacy group called Silicon Valley DBUG that mainly helps families going through criminal justice.
My name is Liz Gonzalez. I'm from East San Jose. I'm one of the co-founders of Silicon Valley DBUG. So Silicon Valley DBUG is an organization that has been around for almost 20 years. We started off as a storytelling organization, many different things based on what folks in the group wanted to do. The foundation is still storytelling. The bulk of our work, I would say right now, is around organizing in the criminal justice system with families, who face police brutality, families who lost loved ones to police violence. As DBUG, very early on, we were organizing and protesting against police brutality and uplifting the folks who were victims to it and their families. And we've just been following their lead ever since. Here in San Jose, it's really been building on what the families have already worked on for years to say, because, this happened to my loved one and this is what I experienced, we're asking for these changes. When families lose a loved one, they reach out to each other. Like I'm going to say Lori Valdez's name, she hears about these things and she finds out where the person is and just goes to offer support because she knows that experience firsthand, not to make anything happen, just to offer support to say, I've been here and I'm going to be with you. End goal for debug. Oh man, that's a huge question. Because I think, when we first started, it was to inspire other people to act. And that doesn't mean like organizing necessarily, but I think the way that we've walked, it's for people to be reflecting on their own experiences, to have those reflections transform them, to build relationships with each other, and mainly be transformed in that process too.
Overall, America has been in total awe over the past month. Changes in legislations on police by the Trump administration has called for more training and regulations. But when there is no justice, there is no peace.
I would like to introduce one more person. Her name is Sarah. She has helped us along the way during SDI.
Hi guys, my name is Sarah. I am a community media intern with CreaTV. I am from the Humanities Mellon Scholar Program at De Anza College. Throughout the course of this program, I have helped with things like social media videos and graphics, and I have just provided support wherever I was needed. It's been an amazing program. The students have worked really, really hard, and they have been amazing, and it's been really fun to watch them grow. Join us in the Q&A, and back to James and Fernando.
All right, we are back. So if you are still on YouTube right now, you want to make sure you go back to social media, try and find that Zoom registration link so you can get in on our Q&A if you want to participate in that and ask questions. So for the next minute or so here, we'll just be allowing people into the Zoom call with us. One quick reminder just with our Q&A is that this is still going to be live on YouTube and Facebook. So if you want to ask questions, we of course encourage you to turn your video on, unmute yourself, and you can ask questions that way. But if you feel more comfortable just using the chat, totally cool with that too. That's all good. We have a couple questions just to kind of kick it off and get us all warmed up with each other, right? So I have a question for maybe half the group here. Fernando's got another question, and then we want to open it up and just let anyone else who has questions, who's here with us on the Zoom call, can ask any of these young folks questions that they've got too. So one that I kind of want to open up with and start with here is, I want to know what surprised you the most about SDI and your experience in it. And maybe I'll just call on a couple people to start. So maybe can I hear from Nathan first? So again, what's something that surprised you the most about SDI and this experience?
The thing that surprised me the most was just the fact that we're making a documentary for the internship. I joined the internship through the San Jose Works program, and I thought I would be on a computer doing reports or presentations. And when I found out that I was going to be doing a documentary for my internship, I thought it was really cool, and I thoroughly enjoyed the whole experience.
Thanks so much, Nathan. I want to ask also the same question to Jalen. So what surprised you most about SDI and the experience?
To me, what surprised me the most was that, first of all, even though I know that we were making a documentary, I didn't believe that we could actually make it through this shelter in place. I believed that we were going to go outside and, interviewing the person face to face. Turns out we were face to face, but online and virtually. So that really surprised me there, that my group, not only my group, but everyone else's group was able to conduct an interview through online, and that was really surprising to me.
You guys all did so good, so good. I'm so impressed. Welcome to everyone who's joining us on Zoom. Hey, everybody. Hey. Another person I want to ask the same question to, Jade. What surprised you the most about SDI and your experience?
I think the thing that surprised me the most of SDI is that we were able to like make the documentary in like the 5 weeks that we were given. Yeah.
Right. I keep hearing like everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, we did it! This was so hard." And yeah, real documentary making is hard work. So add that extra pressure of being socially distanced. And like, dang guys, look what you did! Good stuff. Same question, Emma. What surprised you most about SDI?
Something that surprised me the most in SDI was probably how prepared you guys were, especially since this whole quarantine thing was kind of like a surprising situation. Also, like the equipment that you provided us was also really cool.
Thank you. And can I hear from one more person? Then I want to have Fernando ask a question too. Then we'll open it up for everyone else here with us as well for questions you might have. But one more. How about Michelle? What surprised you most about SDI in your experience?
What surprised me the most about SDI was that everyone was able to produce great documentaries throughout this shelter-in-place. So, yeah.
Even against all odds, right? Yeah. Thank you. All right. Fernando, I want to pass it over to you real quick.
Right. Again, I just want to acknowledge your awesome hard work, and it's so awesome to see folks joining us. My question is kind of, I think I'm really excited to hear some of these answers, but how do you think you're going to apply these skills you've learned in the future? And I'm going to pick on a couple people too. So how about Ricky?
I think maybe maybe in the future, if I get a job that's related to media, like as, for example, like maybe as a cameraman, maybe I'll use those skills to use.
Excellent. Yes. Cinematography. How about David? What are you thinking about skills?
For me, I really like doing this program. I actually chose this program because I'm going to college for Evergreen Valley College, and I'm doing a communications major. So this really has helped me guide through the basics of like journalism, the basics of media. It's just really helped me along through, and I can't help to appreciate that CreaTV has done a lot for me.
Thank you, David. And how about, was it Jessica?
So I think this internship has helped me a lot because I wasn't really sure of what I would like to go into college for, and this internship really helped me steer in the direction of film.
And what about Leon?
So the question was how I apply this in real life, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'll just use this to probably make more media in the future. I am definitely looking into media as a career, and this skill will definitely help me get into that. And with this internship, I hopefully will land a job in the future with all these skills. Yeah.
Awesome. Wish you all the luck. And I just want to also ask Craig. Craig, how about you?
So far, my future job would be a game art or animation. So far with the internship right now, I would really like to implement the skills you guys taught me into that sort of job aspects. So pretty much what you guys did is just gave me a head start on what I want to do. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. We sort of got you warmed up for the audience now, and I think it's a good opportunity to open it up. I can already see some questions being asked in the chat, which I would totally recommend folks use. It's just a little quicker and easier. So here's one from Trisha Creason Valencia, and she's asking, what was a moment during editing when the story crystallized for you as storytellers? And this is an open question, so if folks want to jump in, by all means. Out of the three groups, at what point during the editing did the story really crystallize for you as storytellers? Well, I'm just going to pick on the group that I know the best so far, and I've got Emma and Jade and David. For you three, I know this story was, or your documentary was amazing. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I gotta say that while editing throughout this whole documentary, you really need to get an open mind on the story, because it's very touching indeed, because we interviewed a person who has lost her father due to police brutality, and just watching this whole documentary just sheds light to the situation we're having today in our country. So it's really helpful for us youth, Emma, me, and Jade, to just tell their stories and bring it out to the world.
Right on. Anybody else want to take a chance or a stab at that question? I could also kind of keep going down our list because they just keep coming, guys.
I feel like I saw Craig. Craig was ready to answer that question about crystallizing. Yeah.
Yeah. So far, when it came to editing, our interviewee, or Raul in this case, he really emphasized the subject of food sovereignty. So pretty much that set out a base of what our documentary would be in the end.
And one question from Vanessa Palafax, and she's wants to know, what was the biggest challenge you faced working remotely? And this is for everybody as well.
Don't be shy.
Just gotta say, working. Sorry, but working remotely, it's been very tough because you have to export and stuff like that. And I don't know if my colleagues had the same situation, but just my internet is very slow. So it's just exporting large amount of files, taking like minutes and minutes and minutes. It's just very tedious, but in the end, we all got it done. So yeah, trust the process.
Trust the process, yes. Who else would like to answer? What else was the biggest challenge of working remotely?
I was going to say that for me, at least, one of the bigger challenges was figuring out a way to get the footage and the B-roll for the documentary, because we were all kind of confined to our own individual neighborhoods. So we really had to be creative and think outside the box of how to get some of these scenes for the documentary.
Nice. Keep them coming. What else? What else? I know firsthand all of you had some kind of thing that was challenging. And maybe one more person want to answer that one?
I'll answer that.
Go ahead.
I think capturing B-roll was actually really difficult because social distancing issues, and then we can't really go that far out.
Perfect. Want tag team, Fernando? I can.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm in the chat here. I mean, there's even some questions about offering some extra internship opportunities here. But one question coming from Shauna is, actually that question was already asked. It's, do you folks want to continue to work on documentaries? Do you see yourselves as continuing this work? Well, I will pick on somebody, and Well, I'm going to go with Michelle.
I do see myself working on documentaries, but as well as other projects.
Oh, well, I thought we were going back and forth, but also for our 2 returning interns, what's it like stepping back into the SDI world again?
For me, stepping into the new role as a leadership intern, helping out the first years, were definitely different because I was in their position, and now I'm in a much higher position where I get to help them and do other work besides focusing on the documentary. So it was very different, but I cannot say I like the first year internship than the second year internship. It feels like I like them both equally and uniquely because they're so different.
For me, being in this leadership role and stepping out and looking in an aerial view on top of like what they're doing, like that used to be me. That's crazy to think about. But now I'm here and I'm mentoring and we're presenting their documentaries, which are unique in their own way. And that's what I really love to see. And yeah, I wouldn't really, I mean, in the beginning, when my first time being a part of SDI, it was uncomfortable. And this year it was uncomfortable, but that's what I like. I like to step out of my comfort zone. And I'm just very grateful.
Yeah, I have to say it's been an honor working with the both of you. Very professional and mature, and always brought a energy to the calls. One question here from Mr. Kovada, and this is actually one of the questions I was also thinking about. And how has telling the story of your documentary changed you? How has this impacted you?
It made me be aware of my surroundings and like what's going on. I feel like that's one impact that's happened to me.
Anybody else given their answer? I think Ricky, thank you for sharing.
Questions keep coming. Can I ask another one that I see here? There's one in here about like, yes, it was a lot of hard work, right? But what was that like most fun part for everyone throughout the process?
Well, for me, I think the best part of the process of making these documentary was just having those little downtimes every now and then where I get to communicate and just like joke around with my group. Instead of just pushing towards the documentaries, and just having those times, I get to connect, and create that friendship between them, that could probably last a lifetime. And, those were the really parts I was looking forward to through this internship. And not only did I build those friendships, but also we finished this documentary, which I'm really proud of as well.
Thank you, Jalen. Someone else want to go as well? Most fun part about the process for you?
Yeah, I have to agree with Jalen. Even though documentary was the biggest thing on mine, bonding with my group was definitely a great experience. I felt like I came into my group thinking like, oh, they're just going to be people who would help me with the documentary so we can get this done, we can get paid. But over time, we got closer, we had good chats here and there. And it was a good experience, and I definitely miss them once this internship is done.
Thank you, Leon. One more person want to answer that one? Another most fun part about the process? One more person?
I gotta say, like my other two colleagues said, just the people here. I mean, when I came through in this internship, I thought it was gonna be, like loosey goosey and whatever. But like, it was actually pretty fun. We had like a virtual pizza hangout, so we just ate pizza together on Zoom, which is like pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, the people here are just great. I want to thank Chad. I want to thank James. I want to thank Fernando, Sarah. You guys are the best, and thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Oh, don't make me cry. Thank you for answering. There's a whole bunch of them here. Let's see. I got another one. I love this question. When conducting interviews, did you hear anything that changed your mind on a specific subject? Can I hear from Emma? I'm just going to call on some people here.
During the interview, I didn't really hear anything that really changed my mind on any certain subject because with the Black Lives Matter movement and like police brutality, I kind of knew where what I agreed with, but it definitely just gave me a different perspective and made me see more.
Mm-hmm. Good answer. Thank you. Same question to Nathan. When you were conducting interviews in your group, is there anything anyone said that made you change your mind on anything in the subject?
I didn't really have any moments like that while doing the interview because I was already pretty passionate about the topic because I can relate on a personal level to what I was making a documentary about, and I kind of already knew some of the stuff they're talking about, but it was definitely interesting to hear more in depth of what the problems are and the causes and how we can help fix it in the community.
You guys are doing awesome with this Q&A, but good stuff. I'm going to keep looking down the list here. Well, let's see. There's another cool one. So has producing these pieces changed the way you watch media? So can you share a story of a time when you noticed the editing, noticed the cinematography, or the acting in a way that you wouldn't have noticed that stuff before, now that you've gone through this process and know how media is made? Let's hear from, can I call, oh yeah, Emma, you want to go since your hand's up? Mm-hmm.
So in this project, I learned about panning and trucking and stuff like that. And when I was watching one of the shows that I'm currently watching this is drama, I noticed how they used those types of shots in their film.
Side note, we did this thing throughout SDI. It was called our media showcase, where we kind of after the first couple weeks of SDI, after teaching all these things about how media is made, it was kind of everyone's assignment to go out and find a piece they're already watching online and take that example and share it with the rest of the group. We all watched that media and broke it down and analyzed it even more. So cool. I'm glad. Thank you for answering that, Emma. What about Jessica? Can I ask you the same question? Good question, Trisha.
There's this one week where we had a video scavenger hunt, and it was after they taught us all the angles and trucking and panning. So we had to pick, I think it was 10 objects around our house, and we would have to record videos and do different angles. And as well with Emma, I would notice with my current show that I was watching, all the video angles that we were taught.
No one will ever watch media the same again. My goal has been completed. Cool. couple other here. I'm going to pass it over to you, Fernando. That cool?
Yeah, no, I think a quick one we could totally just ask. When selecting your topics, what kind of helped, or how did you, come up with the topic for your documentary? And I know there was like the sort of the top three, and then we divided each other up, but why are these issues important to you all?
So far, when picking the topic of urban agriculture, I think that is most important because we've been ignoring the fact that our planet has been overpopulated and it has a bunch of pollution. And I really want to bring that out and bring out awareness on how we can reduce that and how we can help our planet before it's too late.
How about Jade?
My topic was criminal justice, and I chose that topic because I know that it's an important topic, and it's becoming a very popular topic, and it should have been like spoken about before, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. And what about Michelle?
So I'm a part of the housing group, and houses are everywhere, and everyone needs a home to live in. So I think it's very important because you can see that everywhere.
Yeah. Well, there's more questions still, so I'm actually gonna take one more from Vanessa, and she's asked, "Where are you all from? Like, what community you represent? What schools you guys go to? And what are some other topics you want to cover in the future?" And this could be just for everybody. Everybody should get a little sprinkle on this one. So let's start with just Craig, because he's like the first one I see right now on my screen.
So far, we are I am from the east side. I'm also representing my high school, Mount Pleasant Cardinals. So far, when thinking of another subject to make a documentary of, I kind of don't have an idea at first, but with assistance, I'm pretty sure I will narrow down which one to talk about.
I'm from the east side also. I came from Andrew P. Hill High School. I recently graduated there. I think one idea I can make like a documentary for is like something like music related, but maybe down the road I can probably produce that.
Looks like Emma, I think I saw your hand go up.
Yeah, so I'm from Santa Teresa and Santa Teresa High School, and I think a topic that we could cover in the future is probably COVID-19 and like quarantine.
I'm from Southside, the Seven Trees area, and I would really like to make a documentary about my community. I'm very passionate about staying in my community and helping us grow and be better.
For me, I'm also from the South Side. For me, in the future, I hope to do like sports documentaries because that's like what I'm really passionate about. So like, basketball or anything like that. I think that's like my specialty, my Midas touch right there.
Well, I'm from the South Side. I'll be attending De Anza College. I would like to do documentaries as a hobby, just to like call things out, like let it go to light, is sex trafficking and just abuse. But in the work-wise, I would like to do animation and filming as a career.
I'm from East Side San Jose, and I represent Silver Creek High School. And I would like to make a documentary about a near friend of mine who passed away early last year, and I would love to kind of tell his life story.
Anybody else left in the group? Well, this one was one for everybody.
Yeah, I'm from East Side. I represent Mount Pleasant High School. And probably something I'll make a documentary about. It's probably something related to games, maybe.
I'm from the South Side, and I go to Santa Teresa High School. There are many topics, so I would cover important topics.
I wasn't born here in California, but I've lived in like this area for like majority of my life, and I'm not sure if what other topics other than what my colleagues have said.
So I am from the East Side. I represent Piedmont Hills High School. So since there are like a variety of topics that I could cover in my documentaries, I'm currently not sure which to choose from. Since there's so much. However, I want to work with my colleagues here now, so I'll probably just tag along and help them out as a group. Just like right now in this internship, hopefully we can create this documentary.
Thank you. Did we miss anybody who wants to go real quick, who hasn't introduced where they're from and what they want to work on? Giovanni.
Yeah, I'm from East Side San Jose. I'm representing Andrew Pio Falcons. And for documentaries, I think it'll always be another creative outlet for me personally. And it's just another way to tell a story in detail for me personally.
Well, thank you, everybody. This is the part I don't like. I hate having to end us, but we went a little over time. I saw a couple extra questions in the chat that I can copy and get to the group afterward, get some responses, and maybe get them back to you. If you want to email community@creatvsj.org, you can pass along your questions, but I'll copy them and paste them so we don't forget, and we'll get back to you. I just want to thank everyone who was able to be here as part of this Zoom call. Thank you for being in it with us. This was fun. This was exciting. We got to try something new, socially distanced. It's a little bit like it was last year, right? But everyone in the group here should be so proud of themselves. We made it. The last day of SDI went amazing, right? Yeah, thumbs up. Cool. Awesome. I just want to also say that the videos we recorded this whole thing, so we're going to post it on YouTube afterward as well. So if anyone wants to rewatch the documentaries or rewatch the Q&A, it should be online. We also worked on a project called the Zine. So if you were to go to our website, creatvsj.org, and go to the SDI page from there, you can access the zine that everyone made. So what everyone did was they made like a personal page about them, all about youth representing themselves. So you can visit that to see a little bit more about all of the youth that were in the program and some of their interests and hobbies and what they believe in. And other closing things, I think that's it. I'll pass it off to Fernando if you want to say anything.
Again, I just would like to remind everybody that to stay in touch, and we're hopefully soon going to be seeing each other. I'm just very hopeful for that, and proud of everybody on your growth and your accomplishments. And again, keep on learning. This is just the beginning, so excited for more projects. And it was a lovely experience getting to meet you and getting to know all of you, and I'll always be there to support you. So congratulations again.
Breaking my heart, Fernando. I just want to give all the filmmakers, all the staff, all the people, snap your fingers, clap your hands, raise your hands in the air so we can see it. I cannot tell you how much work goes into making something like this happen. But in the end, it's because we really care. Youth voice is important to us. Diversity and equity within media and technology is incredibly important to CreaTV, and that's why we do the work we do. I want to thank you for taking time out of your evening. I know everyone has Zoom fatigue, and we're so tired of staring at screens, but I know how much it meant to all the youth and everyone that's participated for you all to be here. Please follow CreaTV. Please support CreaTV if you believe in this work. Tell us, show us, share our social media, make a donation, send in questions for these youth, share their media when it's out on YouTube, right? And everything's out there. Push it. We need equity and diversity in the media. That's more important and more clear to us now, right, than ever. So again, thanks to the staff, thanks to Louis and Jocelyn for making the live broadcast happen. Thanks to Justin for pulling all the iPad kids together. Thanks for Mickey for her support and all the technical and thinking of all the curriculum. Thanks to James and Fernando, and especially thanks to all the SDI participants. Davidson Family Foundation, California Arts Council, Best Buy, Bill Graham Memorial Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you in 2021 at the SDI premiere next year. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you later.